Hey, good morning, everyone, and God bless. Today I woke up, right, and I said, man, today's Sunday. It's the 15th of November, no, 16th of November, 2025. And I woke up and I was like, oh, man, today's Sunday. I'm going to do what, my former boss said. No, don't work on Sunday, right? So the realistic part of it is I got a whole house to put together, right? So I wake up and I tell Calliope, I debuted her in one of the videos the other day. You guys got to meet her. And she says, Papa, but it's sunny day. It's sunny day. That's her Sunday. That's the way she says Sunday. It's sunny day. You don't have to work today. We could just sit and eat cookies all day. So I told her, it's easy for you to say you can eat the cookies that are good cookies. I got to eat the diet cookies. She's like, well, you could throw those away and buy you some new diet cookies. I said, no, just because you don't like them, you have to keep eating them because the ones you buy, the next ones you buy, they're going to be just as bad or worse. So I'm here, guys, at Menards getting some wood because I got to build a shelf and have it done so that I could go forward with the drywall. So, but I'm going to tell you guys more about that story because you're gonna see how people are in the world. When you deal, and I'm not saying all contractors. There's some wonderful, good contractors out there, but I'm gonna tell you a story. Somebody remind me about this story about doing for your house so that you can sell it because I want to sell this house to see if I get the opportunity to move back down to Texas closer to my family. I'm thinking about it. I'm not sure, but I'm thinking about it so I could be close to my family. And so I want to do everything I can do extra to the house so that it's more appealing, more catchy, more that people want it. But you'd be surprised what two contractors told me. I'm going to share that story with you guys. But let me get this wood in the van and I'll catch up with you guys. I'll post a video of me being at the house today on the 16th of November on a Sunday because I got to get this shelf done. But I'll see you guys in a little bit. So the garage, from the garage, this big old yard. This is the back of the house, right? So it's all got new windows, new siding, new plumbing, new HVAC, new electrical through the whole house, camera system. So this is the front of the house. New walkways, that's pretty cool. Another entrance, two entrances in the front. A side entrance in between both houses. Two-story. That's the house I'm working on, guys. Let's go inside. Okay, so I'm here, right? So I'm gonna tell you the story, guys. But first, I'm gonna kind of introduce the house to you. This is the front porch. I'm gonna build a desk there, a desk for if somebody wants to have their computer or whatever. I'm gonna build a desk there. So you see this shelf up here? I'm gonna tell you a story about that shelf. That shelf there, I built it the other day, right? So I'm gonna tell you a story about it. But I put in all the blocking. I did a lot of the framing in this house. Let me first mention that. I did all the blocking for the media wall, another shelf there, and today I'm gonna build this one here. Also for blocking for, hanging your TVs. Okay, so that's the front door. I did the arch, the framing there. That's the kitchen. And upstairs, I did a lot of the framing upstairs. There's 3 bedrooms and a bathroom. And there's also a basement with a toilet. Back door to the basement is right there where I'm pointing. And then this is the stairs going up. Here's another shelf that I built just the other day. Before I tell you the story, for someone just to build this for you without drywall or anything, Just to build this right here, he wanted $230 to $280 just to build it. And one of them included the mudding and taping and finish. The other one didn't. So I'm gonna tell you a whole story about that and the whole story about the super contractors. So I'm gonna cut this video and then take you upstairs. Okay, real quick, guys. Long story short, okay? When we demoed the house, some of the rafters were from a pre-existing situation. They were burnt. The city wanted us to replace them. I dealt with 2 contractors. The very first one was the one that was supposed to replace the rafters and fix that problem, right? Well, that didn't pass inspection. Then the second one, he was to build the wall, because understand, I was really busy working my own job. So I hired these 2 people. The second one came from a friend, a good friend, that we ended up not being friends afterwards over a guy that he vouched for that came and framed the wall. It was like 16 on center didn't exist to him. Okay. So then the inspector came again and he was like, Jeff, I don't know where you're getting these guys, but that has to be redone. Same thing as the rafters. So that's 2 contractors that right away through, they've been doing this for 20 years, 15 years. So with long story short, with a little bit of research, my buddy and I, with a little bit of research, and maybe here and there, within 5 years, I did some framing in the basement, a little bit of framing jobs on another property that I have, and framing in my own house and stuff like that. And with some research, we did it ourselves, passed inspection, everything was good. So with a little bit of research and surrounding yourself with some people that know about this stuff, I've learned over 5, maybe 7 years how to frame. And like I said, I'm not an expert at it, but I'm okay with it. Enough to pass inspections. So just some research, guys. You guys take it easy. Just something to watch out for. Don't believe everything you hear. You asked the question why? There's your 16 on center.
Oh.
That's why you measure 16, right?
Right.
You measure 16 and you go back 3/4. Puts you at 15 1/4. Well, when you line out the outside of your 2x4, now it puts it right at 16 for your drywall.
Ah.
You got it?
Got it.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Big jobs like this job, about 3 years ago. So, about 3 years ago, 2.5, 3 years ago, I was real busy, and then I got sick, and I started going through my issues, my health issues, and all that stuff. I lost my father in 2016. That took a big toll on me, and it just was downhill from there. But, anyways, to make a long story short, those shelves, can you believe that, guys? $230. The one guy, of course, that was not finished. That wasn't, drywall mudded and finished. That wasn't that, But the 280 was drywall, mudded and finished completely for 280, one shelf. I spent under $50. I think, to be honest, because I bought some other stuff. That's why I said $50, but it was under $24 for the 2x4s that I used. I made the shelf. I basically made a ladder, and I secured it to the house, and I did it myself. But as you guys can see, like as you guys heard me in my other video, I have my little plans that, I'm taking care of my health. What was it, a year ago I put a video out, and you guys, a lot of you guys were supporting me and man, listened to my video, and man, you knew that my health was bad. 467, that's the heaviest I've ever been. A lot of it was depression, stress, and life-changing events and stuff like that, So it put me in like cement boots, man. I'm telling you, depression is real, man. Obesity is real. depression is real. Being overweight is real. It can turn ugly. It can change a lot of things, man. And it's bad. You know, being depressed and stressed and overweight and considered obesity now. Shoot, a lot of people are considered obese, man. They go by your height and your weight, and it doesn't take a lot to be considered obese. And obesity causes a lot of problems. It causes a lot of problems, a lot of mental problems, a lot of physical problems. You can lose your job. People discriminate. That's another thing. People discriminate. You know what I'm saying? People don't think so, but there's a lot of discrimination, and it affects your relationship, your whole life. Everything, your physical activity. It affects everything. So you gotta do your best and get back healthy and work hard at it. You can't give up. Like I said, and some of you guys know, and I met a lot of people on my Facebook back when I was doing my transformation, and a lot of people know that, man, I had lost 138 pounds and kept it off for a long time. And I was good, man. Like I mentioned, in some of my videos, I was running 3 miles was nothing to me to get up in the morning and say, hey, I'm going to run from 11th Street all the way to Mississippi and back 6 miles. Boom, done. I did that, probably 3 times a week. And then I would do like maybe 3 miles or something and have somebody pick me up or something like that. But it was no big deal. I maxed out almost at 10 miles. That was a big accomplishment. I joined the Beast group. They were real supportive. A lot of good people in the Beast group. It's a group, mainly a lot of people from Chicago, and very nice people. Man, I met a real cool person. Just to name a few people, they're on my Facebook. Rosie, rest in peace, Rosie. Rosie was really nice. I used to chat with her all the time. We would message each other and talk all the time. Rosie was a beautiful hearted person, man. She passed away, rest in peace. You know, Man, they would do marathons, and I was like, man, 26 miles, man. I would take my hat off for them, man. Like, wow, man, you guys are amazing, because I was damn near dead when I did 10 miles. And, but anyways, guys, construction, man, you got to watch these contractors, man, because these contractors, a lot of them, they're like the bad lawyers and the bad doctors, the bad boys. But yeah, you just gotta be careful, man. But yeah, well, anyways, guys, you guys enjoy the rest of the video. It's only a little short video, man. Probably what, 12, 15 minutes or something. I'm gonna show you a little bit more, some more clips of me walking around. But I just wanted to talk to you guys and tell you that, hey, I gotta do it, guys. No matter what my health condition is, I gotta just, go through it and do it, and I'm all focused, I'm taking this slow. I don't wanna do drastic like I did last time and put myself through a lot of crazy little challenges with myself, because I just don't want to do it. I want to do it slow. I want to lose the weight slow and careful and healthy. Number one, healthy. So anyways, enjoy the rest of the video, guys. Just a little disclaimer, guys. We got to respect these contractors, and you got to respect their prices. It is what it is. You don't want to deal with them, just say thank you very much, send them on their way, and that's that. But a few key things to keep in mind. Someone asking you for a third, make sure you vet them. Someone asking you for half the money down, all of the money down, really, man, pay attention to what you're doing. I've been in the courtroom before, and because I was going after some people that did a roof, and you'd be surprised how full the courtroom is, just with bad contracts and people not keeping their word, taking people's money. So you need to be careful. People not paying, people not paying the contractor. I mean, it goes both ways, but just be careful. I stay away from situations where as soon as I meet a contractor, he's throwing what he has to pay his workers, what he has to pay to insure his tools, everything. When it sounds like that, I'm just done with them and I send them on their way because I know it's a red flag, So yeah, they start mentioning that in order for them to even pull their tools out of their van, they have to get so much. Do yourself a favor and look for another contractor. Be careful, guys. Like, remember what I said, respect people's prices, and that's just what it is. You make the final decision.
Old houses, they're old framing, let's put it that way. Which to me, an old home is probably the best home that you can get. I mean, it's solid houses. These houses aren't OSB and, all the 2x4s that in one season they bowl so bad, it's crazy. Okay, so 137 and 7/8. There we go. Always check twice, just to make sure. 137, 7/8. All right, so we'll cut the first one. If it fits in that wall over there, at the top, if it fits perfect, then we'll cut the second one that way as well, which will be the facial one, the face of this whole shelf. You guys are wondering why all these shelves, or why shelves? Well, here's the perks with these shelves. As years went on and I started working with people and stuff, I started getting little ideas and stuff. And on this side, right here, if you point here, a whole couch, sofa, whatever, is going to go in this corner, this whole corner right here. That shelf serves one purpose. You don't need lamps. Why? Because I'm going to put recessed lights in here. I call them reader lights because I'm going to also install a switch here where if you're sitting at your couch relaxing and you're looking through your phone, cool, you can see through your phone. But let's say you want to read a book or you want a little bit more light and you have vision problems, You hit your switch, boom, you got 2 lights. 4-inch lights, small lights. Enough light for you to read and whatever you want to do, for that. And then also the switch, I haven't decided if I'm going to go with basically a switch and then an outlet for Type-C, charging your phones, your tablets, and stuff like that. So as I told you that your couches go here, maybe even a recliner right there in that corner. Look right there, a recliner there. Here's your media wall. Turn around that way. Here's your media wall. I've already blocked it in, put the block in. That outlet there, the electrician put it there. That's a mistake. You can't put it right behind the TV. No, because what happens is the extension cord sometimes will not let you sit your TV flat against the wall. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have that moved because he has to move it because he's a certified electrician. I could move it, no problem. I understand all that, electrical and all that, but I'm going to let him move it. I want it off to the side. Since you come in the front door, always put your outlet boxes where they're not right away seen. Because let's say you don't put your TV on the wall. Let's say you don't put your TV on the wall, but you put it on a stand or something. The outlet's kind of hiding. In this case here with this house, you have 2 entrances, so you can't really do much. But I prefer to put that box on the far left side of it. So I'm going to put it on the far left. So we're going to move it from there so that when you push your TV back, the extension cord doesn't stop your TV from being flat on the wall. So they sell these things that you put on here and it turns it. Basically, you can plug on the side of it. But I'm not going to do that. I'll just move the box. Have the box moved somewhere over here, away. Not too high, because if you get like a TV that's a little bit smaller, now you see it up here, the object is to plug in your TV and not see no wiring. So TV there, and if you turn around, there's your shelf, your couches and everything there. I know it's hard to see with these saws and everything in here, but that's the whole plan of this. So you guys follow me with this. That's what I'm doing today, guys, on a Sunday. So I'm gonna build this shelf, get it done, and I'll show some pictures or whatever. But peace out, guys. Take it easy. I'll have guys, oh, just for me pulling my tools out of my van, I have to get this much or that much. And once they start that crap with me, I'm like, you know what, man, hit the road, Jack. We're good. And then they're crying because they don't have work, you know. Like, I've gotten in conversations with people at the hardware store at Menards, and they start to tell me, man, yeah, it's been slow, man. I haven't got calls in so many months, or in a month, or in a couple weeks, and I was like, man, you know, or they'll tell me like, oh, look at my Facebook and stuff, and in none of the jobs they're pictured in the job. You know what I'm saying? Like, I did this counter right here, or I did these cabinets, and they're not even in the pictures. You know, how easy it is to take pictures from another website, and, you know, it's simple, man. Like, if you guys are listening to me, really listening to what I'm saying and what I'm ranting about, man, I've learned the hard way, man. I have learned the hard way, and I'm just telling you guys, be careful. I'm not trying to put fear in you. There's good contractors and there's bad contractors, just like everything else, man. So essentially, you're building a ladder for this shelf. The $230 shelf, that one contractor says just to build this is $230. One of them said that. That's not mudded, finished, none of that. Drywall, none of that. The other guy said, I'll mud it, drywall, finish it for $230 per shelf. So right there, you're looking at it. That's $230. Essentially what I built is a ladder, and that's going right up there. And it's gonna look something like this. Or like that one. Come out of there so they can see. Or like that one. And you guys can do this. This is just like building a ladder, you know? So if you can do it yourself, do it yourself. At $230, you gotta have the tools too. Let me mention that, because somebody will come on here and say, well, Jeff, not everybody has tools. That's true. But you could ask your uncle, your aunt, somebody, hey, you know, can they come do it for you? Can they borrow you the tools? Who knows? Who knows? But anyways, essentially it's just a ladder. Put it up there. When it's all finished, done, mud it, finished, man, it's gonna look beautiful. It's gonna look nice. Especially if you put some lights underneath it. Now you got, you know, you can even come down with bookshelves on the side of it. You could do that. Like here, and there you have it, guys. There's your $230 shelf. And one guy, $280. Mudded, taped, drywall mudded and taped. Be careful, and whatever you can do yourself, man, take it on. You know, do some research. You know, you can't believe everything you see on YouTube either, so be careful with that. But, you know, look at the comments, look at the, you know, the person, you know, subscribers and people that follow that YouTube channel. Look at all that, because that'll tell you. It's telling you something, you know. But you guys have a good night. Take it easy.